Barbosa, Jeff said. I actually don't know your character on Trece Albas.
Okay, on Trece Albas, I play as Jazra, Jazra. She is a druid, technically. Like by class, she's a druid, but her story is that she comes from another land from the setting of the place. And in that land, there is the religion of no gods. So she is a cleric of the godless religion. It's super cool, and it's something built personally by Mario as part of like his homebrew world. Basically, there was a very gods in Mario's world, and I'm sure he went into it. Gods walk the earth and take human forms take humanoid forms, right? And sometimes they get out of hand, and that's where we come in. And we have a policy of like stopping gods from becoming too powerful and then like basically doing whatever they want. So in a sense, we kind of fight for we fight for people and try to get power not to corrupt. So that religion staunchly hates magic because it has the power to go crazy. And so when Jazra, or one of our main characters, finds magic within her, she gets upset.
Gosh.
And she's like, this is terrible and I hate this. I shouldn't have magic. Talks to her, her mentor, who says, in order to save you, you need to leave. You need to leave and figure this stuff out. So she is on a pilgrimage right now to discover what her true purpose is. So that means in game, I'm super gothy and like upset all the time, which is pretty fun.
How long have you been running through the campaign now?
I think we started early this year. We've been talking about it. Yeah, super recent. We've been talking about it since like even before PAX Unplugged, which was last like November, right? So back in like I think October, Mario first reached out to me and he had this idea. So we started, I think, early this year. So, I mean, less than a year. But it's cool because apparently the entire game, it's called Trece Albas, which in Spanish is, I want to say, 13 sunrises, right? 13 dawns. And this entire story happens in 13 days. It has to, because the premise of it is that the sun is dying. So for whatever reason, we need to bring the sun back before it goes out at the end of the 13th day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's actually really, really exciting. Yeah, huge time crunch. And so that adds a lot of pressure to the game kind of in the background. It's kind of cool.
And then what happened in today's game? The English game?
Today's game was a bit of a chaotic mess. So apparently, through other worlds, and so this is actually a big theme, Mario was telling me that the new content actually links up really well with his homebrew world, surprisingly enough, because how much of it involves the connections between other planes. So in the story, in our game today, we had a floating city come out through like almost would look like a black hole in the sky, and then it fell through into another plane. We ended up discovering that the city, as part of some demonic contract, got teleported to hell. And in order for it to get there, it crossed through all these other planes and opened up, obviously, a chasm. And now a bunch of like demonic devils are just rampaging in our world. So between us, the members, the main party of Trece Albas, and a couple of newcomers who were in Serena and Carlos, and then Eugenio was another member. He had already made a character in this world. So even though we didn't know him, he was part of our plane of existence. But with the newcomers, we were basically just trying to set things right for everybody.
Nice. I mean, outside of, today's stream, what was your weekend like?
Weekend was super fun. I mean, it was my first time on the West Coast, so I had a good time. Me and the people from Trece Albas actually got to go to Santa Monica Beach, I think, Santa Monica Pier or something. We had a great time. It's super cool to like see how different LA is, kind of, especially compared to New York, even though New York is the better city. I'm going to just put that out there officially.
I have off-camera comments that you'll love-hate it.
Okay, we'll see about that one. Because I stand in firm belief that New York is the greatest city in the world. That's fine. We don't got to argue about it. It's completely okay. I'm correct. That's all I know. But I really did enjoy my time in LA. Got to see some cool things. Got to eat some delicious food. And most importantly, I got to hang out with a bunch of people who love D&D. And that's what I think is super cool, right? You get this impression sometimes that, they're so lucky they get to do D&D for their job, but this is all a farce. Like everyone needs to pretend to love it because it's their job, right? Or everyone needs to, they put on the nice face while they're in front of the camera and then afterwards they're just like annoying, right? But that's not true. I've learned two things. One, that they're people just like everyone else, right? Everyone super cool and famous that I admire on TV is just another person who sits and eats and has fun and talks to friends and needs some time to relax and some time to take things in, And then the other side, the second thing I learned is that they love D&D. They all love this stuff so much, and it comes from the heart. And it translates so well on camera, and that's why we love them. But also, I think they just live and breathe it just like we do,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell this story. I was hovering around the Death Saves booth, and Joe Manganiello was there, and he was preparing for the game that he played on the main stage, and he was finishing up his character sheet, and I overheard him say something so awesome. He has the same character at every level already mapped out. And he just, and he was talking to someone about it, and he was like, yeah, it's just in case someone asks me to go play in a game, and they say, oh, we need a level 5 character, oh, we need a level 8 character, oh, level 10. And he has sheets prepared for all of them. And I have friends who are just like that, you know what I mean? I'm personally not like that, but I love how they have everything planned out, and I admire that. And I'm just, I overheard that, and I saw it, and he has this binder full of all of his stuff for that character, and I thought, we do that too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I thought this is how we behave. And everyone, it just resonated with me that we could relate on that level.
Nice. I mean, what was your favorite moment from the weekend?
From the weekend, my favorite moment? That's tough because so many cool things happened. I think, I don't know. I feel like, so this is a little selfish, but I think my favorite moment was being able to chat with Chris Perkins just outside in the open. It was just me and Mario and Chris just talking about the writing experience, the collaborative experience, and just sort of learning about Chris has such a history, you know what I mean? And it's so obvious when he talks that he's done so much and he's not even close to done. You know what I mean? He's always going to be about creating, and that's so admirable. And, when you're so far removed from someone who creates things, you think, they're not human. They just they don't sleep. There's gotta be some, how are you always thinking of new stuff? But I saw him and I spoke to him and I was convinced, I spoke to him and I can say with certainty that he has a lot of new cool stuff to bring,
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that was my favorite moment.
So looking forward
for
next year, what's planned for Jazra?
Okay, in general, so there's a lot of, so I love D&D and I love tabletop role-playing games. I really want to, but my passion is local in-person gatherings, right?
Mhm.
So that manifests in things like D&D. It manifests in a lot of the event work that I do in New York City is surrounding esports and competitive gaming. I like to host events that bring people together to watch major events happen, like League of Legends LCS, like Overwatch League, and tons of other games, fighting game majors. All of those things are things that I try and create ways for people to come out and watch and socialize together. So I want to be able to do that for tabletop stuff as well. So I'm hoping to start hosting more games in person in New York. I'm hoping to enlist a lot of my DM friends to do the same and find spaces for us to congregate and play games together in person. Because as much as I love playing games online, as I do with Trece Albas and other groups, I think the in-person experience is unlike any other. And I think you can agree, like D&D Live just emphasizes that for me.
Oh yeah, it's that reminder of, as much as online's great, in person it's a different environment. But I mean, I'm here. Once you start tweeting about it, just let me know.
Absolutely.
I'm not on that.
Absolutely.
I've like at least 3 different moments. I'm like, all right, I need to bug Greg about this, but I'm gonna bug Greg about that too, to give y'all the support that you need. And since I'm in the area, if things work out, I don't I may drop in.
Oh, I hope to see you there. You're close enough that there's no excuse for you. So I'll be definitely letting you know as I put stuff together. And who knows, I could even put stuff out together in your area too, because like I said, I'm close to you as well. So, definitely.
We'll collaborate, and I'll bug Greg, see what support Wizards will give.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I've told Greg, I've spoken with Greg on a few different instances. I spoke about it with a few different people this weekend and before. Said a lot of support needed, and I'm like, especially as an incentive to grow the community and get more people involved. So if we can get Wizards support, especially local, because we've said that, they're very Midwest, West Coast focused.
Yep.
And so as an opportunity to really expand into the East Coast, especially in Philly and New York, like 2 of the biggest cities, it's like, why would you not take this opportunity?
A golden opportunity, especially since we're willing to do the work for it.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, and
you've been give us the support,
yeah,
resources, and we'll bother people all day.
Awesome.
So for what about next year's event? You looking to come back?
I would love to. Oh my gosh, I would love to. I was actually talking to someone earlier. If I could make my full-time job being an NPC, straight up, I was thinking about joining the Ren Fair, last year, New York's Ren Fair, just because I want to be able to dress up and put people on quests. I could do that all day, forever. So I'm fingers crossed gonna do my best to try and be a more kind of personal, kind of social capacity, to help this event. Because I would love to see that.
I spoke with somebody earlier who was involved in that. She was one of the people walking around. She's connected to all the people there, so I'll connect y'all.
I would love that.
Year. So we'll see what happens.
For sure. So first off, thank you. I think it's really important, the stuff that you're doing and the stuff that you're bringing attention to. Obviously, it just not only doesn't help me, but what you're highlighting helps me be informed. You know what I mean? Sometimes the internet can be a lonely place for people of color. So thank you for bringing us together.
Oh yeah,
because we have to stick together and support each other. And so many people are making so much great content. So thank you for bringing it to light, and thank you for being outspoken.
I'm basically the hype man for any great people who are doing work, just let me know. I will hype it up. I have a lot of free time.
Absolutely. No, but thank you. So that's really meaningful. Not only, again, like I said, for hyping us up, but for seeing more great stuff being made by people of color. So I'm just so happy that I get to I get to think, oh, okay, I want to consume some new media. I go to your Twitter to find it because that's what I want to see. That's the stuff that I want to be made available to me. So thank you for doing that.
For sure.
But in terms of, me, you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/jetset_. That's where I do most of my stuff. But like I said, I talk about esports, I talk about video games, I talk about events, and a lot of D&D and tabletop. So thank you. No, it's important because again, it's hard work and it's stuff that people aren't necessarily doing, and that by nature makes it worth it. You know.
All right, so yeah.
So thank you.
Barbosa,
Thank
Jazra
you.
on Trece Albas every, what was it again?
Saturday nights.
Saturday nights.
All right.
On with D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, check them out. If you speak Spanish, if you don't speak Spanish, it's still like give them a watch, even though you have no idea what the fuck is going on. So yeah.
There are lots of people who explain it in English too. There are people who speak both. And I'm constantly speaking in Spanglish anyway, so you probably would
And
understand.
if need be, just learn Spanish.
Easy.
Just learn Spanish.